Incredible video to show you. It's a brazen smash and grab. This is in London. Twist at the end, really, and at the beginning of the as well. Nothing subtle here. First, the car smashes through the front of the store, and that's just the beginning. You see some innocent bystanders trying to run for cover, stay safe. As these guys come out, they've got hammers in hand. There's going to be 3 in all. You see the one guy, hammer out, bag, he's ready to start ripping off. And then number 2, he's got a sledgehammer. 1, 2, 3 glass cases smashed, and here comes the third dude. They've all got bags, and they're going to rip off what they can. They think, all right, clean getaway. They're going to leave the car not. No, that's an innocent bystander. Yes, with maybe a piece of the building, some shrapnel there from the event. And he's going to come at him. Not today, jackass. We're after you. And that's what happens here as this continues to play out. So then what do the thieves do? They're going with the alternative exit. Use the hammer once again and get out of there. But the bystanders aren't giving up the chase. You're going to see that stick, that rod, that piece of the building again. 2 bystanders give chase. They actually end up tackling one of the 2. Again, police got there. One of the 2 convicted, sentenced to 10 years. The other 2 thieves still on the loose. What a scene playing out there. We told you about it. Let's bring in friend of the program, Larry Lawton. He's a former jewel thief himself. He's a YouTube influencer. And this guy, he was on the FBI's most wanted list, sentenced to federal prison, now helps jewelry stores, authorities prevent burglaries in cases like this. Larry, good to see you. First off, give me your thoughts on the car going through the front of the store. That's a twist, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty wild, Mike. And the first thing I thought of was the Pink Panther gang. There's a gang in Europe that they call the Pink Panther gang. They do brazen robberies, go through malls with cars, speeding, go through stores. But it wasn't the Pink Panther gang. They wouldn't have got caught like that by a bystander, which that then tells me that these guys weren't really planned. They didn't have their getaway set up right. And I'm glad. I mean, obviously, I work with jewelry stores and people to prevent stuff like this now. So I think that, everything worked out better for the owners. Nobody got hurt. But I definitely don't recommend that either, Mike. Somebody can get hurt in that situation.
Yeah, don't know for sure. So, because I think people think jewelry heist, a heist is more subtle and there's planning and it's done in the middle of the night, not this. Is that your take as well, Larry?
Well, there's a couple of types of jewelry robberies, Mike. Those are the planned, more professional. Then these are what they call smash and grabs. They smash through windows with sometimes a big heavy truck or whatever they're going to get through the windows and stuff and hit it in 30 seconds, 90 seconds. They're never going to get the big score that you're going to see in major planned robberies like I did. I hate to say that, but because they can't get to the safes. They can't get to certain other things in time. So they know they're going to be in and out in 30 seconds. They're going to get the most expensive jewelry they can in the cabinets they can get to right away. And it's called a smash and grab. They're dangerous, obviously, because things happen quick. Somebody can get killed with a car. Somebody can get killed with even, swinging these hammers and axes. It gets dangerous. I'd rather be robbed, I hate to say it, by the professional than the smash and grab guy.
No, this is so violent. You're right. Luckily, nobody really got hurt here. What's the level of planning in a smash and grab?
Well, they have to have some kind of planning, but these guys aren't as sophisticated as the guys like myself who used to plan them out for sometimes weeks, know who's coming and going, know what is in the store, exactly where it is, if there's loose stones and how to get to those loose stones, how many employees. These guys do I call it a cursory setup or a cursory case. This is like a case in GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5. I just did a review on that, Mike, and I'll tell you, this reminded me of that because this is really outlandish. I mean, these guys had no real getaway planned except running out. Did they get to a car? You got a civilian chasing them down with a piece of the building or something like that. That's kind of scary because they could have turned on it with those bats and, those axes and those crowbars that they had. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, and are they armed, you think, or do you think they're just armed with the hammer and the sledgehammers?
Usually those kind of guys aren't armed, Mike. They arm themselves because it's a quick hit and miss. Sometimes, hey, listen, these people aren't thinking in a rational way anyway. If it was the Pink Panther gang, and they're well known in Europe, the Pink Panther gang goes through malls. They go brazen through walls. They're very organized and very brash, but very organized. They're one of the best I've ever seen do it, and they're still out there. There's whole gangs. Even when a couple of them get caught, they, have such a big network, they keep it going. I hope this wasn't a copycat, Mike. And what happens if you get copycats, you get dangerous. You know, jewelry store owners got to always be prepared. This is something very hard to prepare for.
Yeah.
But if they put their better jewelry in a better spot and want to bring it out when somebody comes there, they could have put cubic zirconias in those things, and the people are going to get nothing. They're going to get glass.
Yeah.
And then if a customer comes in, Mike, you show them the real thing, and you're going to sell it to them. But that could have happened.
Got it. Hey, Larry, always good to see you. Larry Lawton providing some expertise on a brazen robbery there. Thanks again, Larry. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, a simple ride on the